Welcome back to another day on the Finca, another scorching hot day. We had a lovely day off yesterday. A couple of friends came up, including one friend that started off as a subscriber to the channel. Came to have a look, met, introduced, great people. Nice to meet you guys. Although we had a day off yesterday, it wasn't a total day off because we went and collected the next batch of wood for the stable. So we're going to crack on with that today a little bit. Forecast today is for high 30s, and we've got a red extreme risk weather warning for tomorrow for temperatures up to 43 degrees C. That's 108 Fahrenheit, something like that. Frightening. So I don't know how much we're going to get done, but all we're going to do, we're not going to kill ourselves, we're just going to potter on and yeah, see what we can do. So firstly, we're going to try and get the back wall up and the posts in for that, so we can get a level on it and see how it lies. Bloody flies are driving me crazy today. So yeah, I've got the two boards out there that are going across the back. So we'll get the post, try and get them sort of, this is the difficult bit, juggling it, trying to hold it, trying to get it together, trying to make it stand up. We'll see what we can do, as always. Right, what I've done, I've got the first end in. I think that's going to be the highest post. So we've just clamped it into place. You can't have too many clamps, remember that. So I'm actually going to screw the board to the post. Then we're going to level it. But it'll probably need lifting up at this end, and then fix it to that post and put some braces on that to hold it up. I'm keeping the camera here because it's a bit breezy again, calm before the storm, so to speak. So it offers a bit of shelter because the car's right behind it. So we're behind the board, out the wind. Basically I've just got two pieces of this just clamped to it, holding it up. I don't know how good it's going to be. I'm just going to fire a couple of screws in. Take it off, hammer. Take it. The board's actually flush with the end of this post, so when the board's level and the post will be vertical, if that makes sense. That's my theory anyway. Right, I'll get the rest of them in. Okay, so we've got this end, well, it might be easier. That end's in, fixed to the post just clamped up to stop it from falling over. We've got the middle in, the board's screwed to that now. That is dead level, you can tell by the ground. And that's again clamped in an A to stop it falling over. So now what we've got to get is this end one in. We're going to stand that board up there and clamp it to the centre post, then get the end in, then get that level. But we've also got to get it level like that way, if that makes sense, in a line that way. So we're going to clamp it all into place, fix it loosely before we put any concrete in. Once it's right, we'll mix some concrete, fill the holes, job done. it's all up, it's all absolutely solidly clamped in place. And what we did, we used these as a fulcrum, as a lever, to lift the board up and down to save struggling. Dead easy, a millimetre at a time or as much as we wanted. Just lift it up, slide the block in, happy days. As you can see, it's in, it's dead level, it's dead vertical. Those posts holding it, it's going nowhere, even in a hurricane that. So now we can concrete the feet in. So it's already boiling. The mixer's in situ, ready for tomorrow morning now. We're going to get up early before the superheat comes and hopefully get them posts concreted in. All our wonderful viewers have given some great suggestions for the tomatoes and what we should do with them, when to pick them, and apparently pick them on the vine before they're totally ripe seems to be the way to go. So we're going to do that. Let's go and have a look.
So we've staked them up. Some of them are so tall that it's not having much effect at the moment, but I'm sure they will start to, you know, it will train them eventually. And following your advice, we've taken off all the red ones and those that are starting to turn, and hopefully they'll ripen inside. So yeah, we're back inside with our lovely tomato harvest. Some of you have asked about the capers. We've not mentioned the capers for a few days, so here they are. Seem to have stopped producing liquid now. I've not had to empty this for a couple of days, so I guess that's it. I've thought about taking some of the salt out the jar, but I think they'll probably keep better as they are, and we'll just wash them off as we use them. Because it's gone down so much, we thought we got a great big jar full. We're going to go and pick some more. I've just found a small jar here, and I think that probably will be enough then with those and those. So going to pick some more this afternoon. And if anybody's wondering what's happened to my nose, it's called going to bed without your torch, because of course not all the house is powered yet. The room as you go into the apartment before you get to the bedroom, the bathroom, has no electricity yet. And so I usually take my little torch and wander through and then switch the light on in the hallway. However, on Friday night I forgot my torch, and I thought, oh, I can't be bothered to go back downstairs, I'll be fine, walk straight into the stone wall. So that's the beauty of having stone walls, everybody. It's very sore, and it was very swollen yesterday, so it's a good job I wasn't on camera yesterday. It didn't look much better today. So there are the capers. There's not many left now. There's lots of those bigger melon looking types, but not many of the tiny buds. But I managed to get a jar full, so happy with that. The same process as before, and yeah, pleased.
So another little job I want to get done today. It's not too taxing in the heat. Remember this shutter I made? This piece here where the lock goes on is coming away. You can make that out there. Really strange. Plenty of glue on it and everything, pins to it. But so what I'm going to do, I'm going to clamp it back and put a big screw through it. And being that nothing's ever simple, the screws I want to use are these nice heads on them. But they're too big, they go straight through the door. So I've cut one down that won't go through. So I'm going to clamp it back. I'm going to put this screw in most of the way to give me a hole, and then put this one in at the end to pull it all tight. That should work. There we go. So it's not easy to hold it at the same time. So I'm just going to tighten him up until that comes back flush. And there it is. Not a lot resists these clamps. So now we have to go around the other side. So I'm going to stick a screw in there. making sure we don't go right through. Then my specially adapted modified one. There we go, that should hold. We'll take the clamp off and have a look. So far so good. The wood suffers so much in this heat. Generally we don't have a lot of problems, but maybe it's because it's a little thin piece, I don't know, but it's back for now anyway, so we'll see how that goes. It wasn't allowing us to put the bolt across because it was sort of curving away, so we'll check that now. So close the door and that's in there. Yeah, I'm actually going to make a handle for here as well, a pull handle, so we don't have to use this to pull it, but I thought about doing it today, but it's so hot. I'm going to do that another day, probably one day this week, and I'll show you all how we do that. Right, I can put everything away. Okie dokie folks, we're not doing any more today. It really is, it's not even the hottest day forecast yet, but it really is too hot to be, especially in a mid-afternoon now. Temperatures for tomorrow forecast to be 43, and in a crazy way too. Up here where we are, it's supposed to peak around sort of 4, 5, 6 o'clock, which is pretty normal, and then cool off overnight. But down in Alicante on the coast, Alicante, Torrevieja and around there, they reckon the peak's going to be sort of around 10, possibly 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So that's not going to be a great night for anyone that's not got aircon down there. They're going to absolutely boil. And they say it could be as much as 45 degrees. Yeah, I'm glad we don't live down there. That's all I can say. So yeah, thanks all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Shorter one today, but under the circumstances, I think we've not done too badly. We've got the shelter started, and we're going to carry on with it tomorrow early morning, because they say it does cool off here overnight a little bit. So in the morning it's not too bad. Try and get the post concreted in, maybe look at getting a side or two on. We'll get it done. It'll be done when it's done. We're not killing ourselves like we say in this heat. So yeah, thanks all for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and of course the existing subscribers. Thanks to everyone that's watched. If you do enjoy them, please consider subscribing. Just click the button below, check the little bell, select all to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, and we'll see you tomorrow.